Hello, my name is Dino Miranda. I'm the president of Half Shell Seafood House of Florida. I began in the restaurant business about 30 years ago, bussing tables. One of my older brothers worked in the restaurant business and said, hey, you want to have a lot of fun and make money? Get in the restaurant business. And 30 years later, I'm still doing it. The Half Shell Seafood House began in 2009 in Gulfport, Mississippi, when my best friend, Bob Taylor, decided to open up a little local oyster house in the Gulf Coast of Mississippi area. At the time, I was working down in Florida for a restaurant chain that I was with for quite a while, and it sounded interesting, but the nervousness of starting over and starting a new concept in a new market and the challenges that could come out, weren't sure whether we wanted to do it or not. And 2 years later, we finally decided, hey, let's partner up and let's see if we can open a Half Shell Seafood House here in Sarasota, Florida. What we've tried to create is a New Orleans style oyster house where people could come in and have a nice casual meal or a special occasion dinner and come to a great environment and have great quality food at a very reasonable price point. We make everything from scratch every day. We blend our seasonings in-house, and we just want to create something that's going to be a good local restaurant for many years to come, featuring the finest local ingredients that we can purchase. What I like about being the original is I get the experience and the expertise of many other local restaurateurs like myself that have been doing it much longer than I, and to feed off their experience. The events that the originals have created are great exposure for my business and for my staff, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of. Welcome to the kitchen here at Half Shell Seafood House. Today we're going to make my personal favorite and our signature appetizer, our oyster combo. It's 2 different styles of grilled oysters and 2 different topped oysters. These are our fresh shucked oysters that we use. We shuck about 1,000 to 1,400 oysters per day. They're all shucked to order. These are Gulf oysters from Galveston Bay, Texas that we'll be using today. I'm going to grill 6 of them. So put them here on our char grill. And then I'm going to broil 6 other oysters that'll be the topped oysters. So we'll start warming them up while we're grilling the first 6. We have 2 different styles of butter. The first butter that I'm going to be using is for the char grill. Butter, white wine, garlic, basil, and Italian seasoning. Just liberally you want to apply some of that to the oyster. And then the other 3 grilled oysters that we're doing are oysters Orleans. And this is a wonderful butter. It goes great on fish, shrimp. We're using it on oysters today, but it has adobe peppers, butter, garlic, our homemade Creole seasoning. It's a real full flavor, great oyster topping. And as these start to cook and heat up, I want to add some fresh Parmesan cheese, and I'll do this a few times throughout the cooking process. And let that cheese slowly just melt into the oyster. These oysters, you can see they're bubbling, and that's what you want. We want them going to the table with, a lot of stuff going on there. You can see them all bubbling and they're nice and hot. Here's the 6 grilled oysters, the char grilled and the Orleans. Now let's check on the broiled oysters. Okay, so these have been up here for about a minute. And you can see they're all nice and brown. You want it to brown. You want the breadcrumbs and the cheese to start cooking to change the flavor. Just like pizza, you don't want pizza where the cheese isn't melted, right? This is our famous oyster combo at the Half Shell Seafood House. Thanks for joining me in our kitchen.